Why do avatars and enlightened masters go through painful initiations and rites of passage? I have read numerous stories of some of the crazy things they go through, including you, Louis. On the surface, it does not seem very encouraging that the spiritual path can be perceived as being so difficult. So back to your question, why do avatars and some masters go through these painful initiations and rites of passage? Okay, there are a couple of reasons for that. One reason is the same reason that all other people have them or the potential to have them, and that is for their own personal growth and healing. There are two primary reasons avatars and masters have them. One is for their own journey into God realization, their own journey into liberation, and the development of their spiritual powers and abilities, and to refine them and hone them and to purify themselves as they transmute and transcend. It's the same process for everybody. That's one of the reasons they have them. Now, there's another category, and this is the category that creates some of the confusion. You see ones, even after their enlightenment, even after their full God realization, still having these huge trials, and sometimes infinitely greater than the ones you would see in the life of aspirants. And you think, well, I've had people say that to me, well, watching what happened to you, that's not very encouraging. Why would I want to pursue that? And this is the false perception and the misunderstanding comes from the second reason, the second aspect, and that is avatars and some living masters will go through some of these things as a great act of sainthood, that they will absorb the pain and suffering of the world, of specific individuals, of institutions, of organizations, of collective consciousness, of belief systems, of ways of being that are archaic, old, toxic, and they will literally pull them into their own body, which is a blast furnace of divine love, to transmute the karma, to transmute the poison, to literally swallow that poison right out of the collective consciousness. And that comes sometimes through physical illness or injury, and other times through life circumstance, car accidents, attacks, house burning down, deaths. They take it onto themselves as an act of sainthood because they can, and because they've given up their lives, and their physical lives don't mean a whole lot in terms of, I shouldn't say they don't mean a lot, they don't have an attachment to it. They are now living in a state of surrender to the divine, and their body is simply one more instrument, one more way God can use them to help transmute, uplift, and bless the world. And they have no qualms about that because they've already accessed and attained a certain aspect of their immortality to begin with. So they realize it doesn't really matter. The body is just one more tool. And so they allow it to be used, and God uses it, and in that way. And that's the part that often gets misinterpreted. The people, viewers and spectators of these events, view them as, oh my God, and you're supposed to be realized, and you're going through all this pain and suffering, so why should I want to pursue that? And they don't understand that the master's experience of that situation is very, very different than your experience observing their experience. They don't see it that way at all. Now again, I'm talking about real God-realized beings and real avatars, not the fakes, phonies, and charlatans. But these real saints and divine beings, they do it out of selflessness, they do it out of surrender, they do it out of this consummate devotion to wanting to uplift and bless humanity. And they have no qualms about sacrificing anything in their life or their body or their health or the duration of their embodiment just to help another human being, much less the whole planet. So I hope that brings some clarity to that question and confusion. That is a very, very common question and a very common observation and misperception that many, many people have. I really appreciate you bringing that up.